Forget everything you've seen in the movies. Forget the rousing speeches and pretty deaths. Picture a field. On one side, a bronze wall of shields. Thousands of warriors for whom war isn't a job. It's the meaning of life. Men taught from the cradle not to read and write, but to kill and die. This is the Spartan phalanx, and toward them, not quickening its pace, stamping dust with its sandals, comes a machine. A cold, iron, soulless machine for conquest that put half the world on its knees. This is the Roman Legion. Who walks out of this bloodbath? Imagine it. The field hums, not with shouting, but with iron. The Legion moves even and steady, as if this isn't battle but drill on the parade ground. Shields a wall, a forest of spears above, helmets gleaming, breath measured. They don't rush, don't run. Step, step, another step. The main sound isn't hurrah, it's the dull thud of feet and the clink of buckles. In front of them, the phalanx, Spartans like a stone wall, shield to shield, spears spiking the sky like a fence. Visually impregnable. But the legionaries aren't going to smash forehead to forehead. Their trick is the moment before impact. The distance melts. 40, 30, just over 20 meters. And here Rome says it's hello. The commander gives a signal short, like a snap. The front rank takes a half step forward, as if bracing on air, and in that instant a volley of pila flies. Not a few spears, an entire swarm. Heavy, with long, soft iron shanks and square points. They don't fly pretty. They fly mean, drooping a little in the air. The hit isn't just a thunk in wood. It's a wet crack and tear. Pila drive into Spartan shields like a hot knife into cheese. The point punches through wood, leather, sometimes even the bronze rim. And the key? The iron shank doesn't stay straight. It's made to bend. The shield holds the spear. The spear drags the shield. The whole thing becomes a weight hanging off your arm. Picture holding a heavy door in front of you, and someone hangs 1.5 meter crowbar from it. You can't pull it out. It jams, bites into the grain, hooks as it bends. Try to yank it free, and you lose seconds in balance. Keep it, and the shield lists. Pulls down. You can't cover your body properly. Your view skews. The Spartans fall right into this trap. Some try to wrench the pilum out useless. It bends harder, sticks worse, your arm shakes. Some do the only sensible thing, drop the shield. But a phalanx without a shield is no phalanx. The rank breaks. A gap opens on the left. Someone steps back on the right. Spears go crooked. The formation breathes when it should stand like a press. And at that moment, the Romans don't let them reboot. The second line has already slid up to the right distance, and another volley. More dozens of pila bite into the shields, eating the formation like acid. Now the front Spartan rank is either saddled with downward dragging, puffed up shields, or has no shields at all. Just spears and a bare chest. And the Legion is already there. The tall, curved scuta collide with men like battering rams. Not hit for hitting's sake, but a short body check. Knock a leg, slam the shoulder, force the opponent's eyes away. Right behind the shove comes the gladius short, made for tight quarters. Not a big cinematic swing, but quick. A stab under the shield, into the thigh, the belly, the groin. 2-beat motion. Shove, stab. Open bite. You can hear pila clattering to the ground. Those are the shields that got dropped. You hear cursing. Everyone's carrying different weight now. Different angles. No one covered as they should be. The Spartan spear is long, In the crush, it fouls his own neighbor. He wants to swing, but the rank behind shoves him forward. The phalanx can push, but here the push works against it. With skewed shields and foreign pila stuck across, they're pressing themselves, not the enemy. The worst part is the pause seconds, not minutes. Seconds. The pila bought those seconds for the Romans, and the Romans buy them back with blood at a profit. While a Spartan flings his shield away, the Roman is covered by his own. While the Spartan reaches for the xiphos, short sword, the gladius is already working. While the phalanx tries to reform into one hedgehog, the legion splits it apart. Maniples slip in on the angle like a wedge into a door crack. You can feel the picture change. The smooth bronze wall turns into a chaos of little duels and shoving. That's what the pilum's soft iron was, for not to kill in flight, but to break the system, to make the enemy's best tool useless, to turn the shield from protection into an anchor. Seen from the side, it's simple. Rome doesn't play hero. It doesn't seek a fair line on line. It strips the enemy of the essential thing form, takes away his form of fighting. Once the form collapses, technique takes over. Heavy shield shoved, short blade stabbed, step back, step in next man. Calm, nasty, efficient. That's what an attack looks like when brains matter more than a beautiful swing. And yes, this isn't the movies. No long duels. It's math, distance, volley, effect, shove, stab. And the way a pilum turns a shield into a problem, that's the key to this math. See it once, and you never forget. The first line snaps the distance closed. 2 quick steps. Scoot 'em forward like slamming a door. Left hand shield punch into ribs or shield. Right is already on the hilt. The Roman wears his gladius on the right, so he can draw it under the shield without opening his torso. A short move. Yank, and the blade is alive, the point hunting for a seam. The Spartan has a problem in close. His long spear, doru, is suddenly too long. No room to use it. To keep fighting, he must drop or pull the spear back, turn his torso, switch to the xiphos. That costs precious seconds, and in those seconds the Roman leans with his shield and switches off his stance. Some Spartans are forced to drop the shield outright because a bent pilum is stuck in it. It's heavy, drags down, blocks their view. The phalanx breaks itself. The line stops being a tight wall and dissolves into a heap of individual scrums. In that scrum, the gladius is king. Why? Because it's a knife for an elevator, not a saber for an open field. Short, straight, sharp-nosed ideal for thrusting cheek to cheek, between shields, under the ribs, into the thigh, the groin, the armpit. Roman drill is built for exactly this. Shield, shove, stab, half-step, stab again. No big arcs, no overhead windmills, just quick, ugly point work 5 to 10 centimeters deep, enough to drop a man out of the line. The Spartan's xiphos is short and can thrust too, but its strength is the cut. A cut needs space to swing and body balance. In a crush, with a foreign shield already jammed into you and constant pressure, cutting turns into I swing where I can. You open your elbow and immediately take a stab under it. Plus, the Spartan had to turn to get his sword. He lost front cover for a heartbeat, and the legionary eats those micro moments for breakfast. Now about the shields. The scutum is tall, curved, covers from chin to knee. It's perfect for butting. You literally drive it into a man, knocking his stance and center of gravity. Its rim can slice a thigh. Its umbo, the boss, can smash a face. All without opening your torso. The Spartan hoplon is round and broad excellent in wall-to-wall pressing. But with a pilum stuck in it, it becomes an anchor. It drags the arm down, skews the shield, and a gap opens by itself. Even without the pilum, a round shield covers height worse and is less suited to the aggressive body check it. Just doesn't give the same leverage. So here's the typical beat. To reach with the Xyphos, the Spartan nudges his shield aside. He needs wrist space. The Roman slips the point into that slit short, no theatrics, right under the rim. If the Spartan's shield carries a pilum, he's late. That extra half second to manage the iron and find an angle. Half a second in close fight is an age. One more thing. Romans don't fight alone. Their maniples bite in on the diagonal. One drives with the shield. A neighbor covers overhead and catches the return. A third is ready to relieve the first after a couple of exchanges. A Spartan caught in this grinder instinctively turns toward the active blade and opens his ribs to a stab. His neighbors don't help the way they once could because the line has already cracked. One man's shield is down, another's spear is trapped. A third has a pilum pinned into his rim. In the end, it's prosaic. The pila did the dirty work, shattered the form. Gladius and scutum do the finish. Shove, stab, step, repeat. Against the Xyphos in tight quarters, it's cruel but fair. The Roman doesn't win by elegance, he wins by geometry. Minimal wind-up, maximal pressure. The thrust instead of the sweep. While the Spartans try to reclaim their familiar wall, the Legion has already turned the fight into what suits it, a chain of short duels on its terms. Picture the front boiling first ranks of legionaries are stuck to the Spartans in a dense, sticky brawl. Scuta press, gladi stab short and nasty. It looks like the main fight, but it isn't. This is the curtain, and behind it, the real scene has begun. Hear the whistles? Not arrows, centurion signals. The Second Legion line flows along the edges like water from a broken bank. No fuss, no heroic forward. Just two ranks that hinge and slip to the flanks, covered by shields like maze walls. The third line comes up behind, backs them, flicks Pila into the spots where the Spartan line still holds. But the phalanx is stubborn. It's built to push straight ahead. To turn it is like trying to rotate a house on its foundation. Some must give ground, others step sideways. Spears jam into their own men's backs, shields hook each other. The commander shouts, "Hold the line!" But a line is straight files and equal pace. And on the flank, reality is already ricocheting. The Romans are coming in from the side. Here's the spine chill. The front Spartan ranks still see only the foes in front clatter. Dull shield thuds, the routine press. But from the left, almost at the ear, a stab to the ribs. A gladius from a man they never saw. On the right, the same. Someone tries to swing the shield around, but the round hoplon with a pilum stuck in it drags the arm down, gets in the way, opens the armpit. Several men shout at once, not even from pain, but from shock. Left! Right! Commands go muffled in the dust. On the flank, each man does what he can. One tries to free his spear in the crush, another drops his shield, a third backs into his own man. The Romans do what they've drilled 1,000 times, half-step shove stab. They don't throw themselves onto the spear points. They cut the carpet's edge, and the carpet starts to shift, wrinkle, lose its shape. The worst moment hits when a second pilum volley slams into the phalanx's back. Short, aimed, almost point blank. The shields of the rear ranks aren't ready. Shoulders are bare. Men who were supposed to push forward suddenly get hit from behind. For a phalanx that's like snapping a spine, the front pushes, The rear recoils, the middle buckles. You see it through a Spartan's eyes. In front, a foreign shield. To the right, a blade. To the left, a blade. Behind your own men's panic. Where do you face? Turn to the flank and you open your front. Stay to the front and you take a blade in the side. Your greatest weapon formation has vanished in half a minute. Instead of a single beast, a pack of scared men, each on his own. The Romans live for this. One maniple trims from the left. The next shoves a wedge into the gap. A third caps from outside like a lid. It's not a heroic charge, it's strangulation. Dull, methodical, merciless. Shields bang into knees, thrusts pepper soft spots, and there's no grand, sweep-only cold mechanics. At some point, the sound changes. Where there were confident orders, there's wheezing and coughing. Men fall, trip over their own shields. Some try to run deeper into their ranks. But there are the same faces, the same hold the line. There is no line anymore. There are rings, patches, scraps. The phalanx that should have been a hammer becomes a ball of iron squeezed from all sides by a vice. That's the horror. Not the blood, the realization that everything you were taught doesn't work here. Your spears, too long. Your shield too round. Your strength only forward, while you're being eaten from the sides and from behind. And the Legionnaires aren't great knights or monsters. They simply do the same thing. Step, shove, stab. Step, shove, stab. While you're looking for the front, they've shown you there is no front anymore, only their circle, tightening.